Welcome to the Tactical Dad podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Cook, and I am the Tactical Dad. In this episode, we are going to cover the most basic parts of a rifle, of an AR15 rifle. And I just want to preface this with, there are so many parts, a lot that I probably can't remember half of them. And some of them, probably not quite, I would say the half that I can't remember, if you pointed it out to me, or if somebody showed me the individual piece, I probably wouldn't know what it was. There's that much to it, so I think it's going to be a while before I have the knowledge and the skill set to be able to like break one down fully and build it back again, and to be able to identify each individual part and where it should go. That's going to take a while for me to get there, but it is good to know the most common parts, because you want to learn how to shoot one. It's becoming more and more popular for home defense. It's really fun to use for, competitions. There's lots of competitive shooting that involves a rifle. So you want to at least learn the most basic common parts, and I'm just going to go through them today because that's what I forced myself to learn it, just because I was in a conversation one time with a few guys, and they were referencing a rifle and parts of the rifle, and I didn't fully know what part they were talking about. So I had an idea. I was still able to communicate and be in the conversation, but I was getting a little bit lost. So, if I've been in that situation, then I'm sure others are going to, or were recently in that position and situation. So good to know just the most basic parts of a rifle. And then it's probably going to be an episode quite a ways down the line before I break one down into all of its individual components and do a video on all of them components too. I will follow this one up with a video pointing out these basic parts, because that'll be helpful. It's quite difficult to sort of picture that and create a vivid representation of what I'm saying in your mind with what I'm about to say. So I'll follow this up with a video of me showing these basic parts. But let's get into it. So a rifle has a few of the same elements that a handgun has, right? We are holding them, so it has a grip. It has a magazine, although different shape and size, and with it being a bigger gun and packing some more power, some more punch, the bullets, the ammunition, is bigger. So the magazine is not only a different shape, it is a different size, and it can also hold more rounds generally. Mine can hold 30 rounds, and I think the least I've seen is like 20 rounds, 20 to 25 rounds. So it's still, in most cases, more than a handgun. There is a handguard, because a rifle obviously is bigger, so you can be holding it with two hands. Your support hand is going to be holding the handguard, which is going to be, in most cases, covering part of the barrel, because the barrel is much longer because it's a rifle, and for more accurate precision shooting, the barrel is just longer. It's because the larger ammunition packs more punch. Bigger gun requires a bigger barrel, so you have a handguard that's over that barrel, and then part of the barrel is also going to come out the end of that. You generally have a front sight on a rifle, although mine didn't actually come with one. In most cases, even the guy that I was talking to when I was buying it, he said in most cases they come with a front and a rear sight. Mine didn't, but you could almost count on having one. You then have you've got the upper receiver and the lower receiver. So that's like the meat of the rifle right there. These are the pieces that contain the trigger, the oh shoot, I forgot the name. These are this makes up the bulk of the gun that is going to do most of the work. It's going to be in the upper and lower receiver. And then you have what we call the buttstock, which is the part at the end of the gun that is going to sit into your shoulder when you're holding and aiming. That part's going to sit into your shoulder. And in most cases, you can actually extend that buttstock out a little bit just to find a sweet spot or a comfortable position to hold the rifle steady. Because when we're shooting rifles, it's all about stability and keeping the gun steady and controlling it. So they are, I think I just covered the most basic elements. We've got the grip, the magazine, lower receiver, handguard, barrel, front sight, rear sight, upper receiver, buttstock. Yeah, they're the most common parts. And just like I mentioned in the last podcast with a handgun, there are ways you can customize these parts as well, because there's actually there's quite a market for people that custom build AR15s. So you can buy all of these individual components and build the thing yourself from scratch. I obviously wouldn't, because I'm not there yet, but a lot of people do approach it this way. So lots of ways you can customize and lots of ways you can make your rifle individual and very specific to what you want in terms of how it looks, in terms of how it feels, and in terms of how it actually shoots. But they are the most basic elements that are really good to know to help you in your journey of learning to shoot and being comfortable maneuvering and handling a rifle. Thanks for joining me. That's all from me today on that. We'll go more in depth in another episode down the line when I know more. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.